Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Brown and AI. I am Jackie Brown, just like the movie. And today we are going to build. We haven't um built anything on this channel for a little minute. So today we're going to build. It's been a lot of information. Like I said before, I would suggest that you go out and look at my AI basics series that we talk about the basics of AI. There are more videos to come out. I believe three have published so far. There's about 21 in the full series, but they're very quick. They don't take very long to go through, but they are um I wanted to build a foundation for this channel of what artificial intelligence is, what it does, how it works, um, where we're going with it, where technology is leading us, um, and what you can do with it, and how to use it. And so, I believe it's a really great series. Like I said, they're not very long. The videos aren't that long, probably like 8 minutes or so, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, they're very short. But they are just like overview um information so that people can be more aware of what they're using. I believe AI is a wonderful tool, wonderful tool. But I believe in all things getting understanding, and you need to understand what you're using. Um so you can know why it gives you certain answers that it gives you or try to prompt you to do certain things, and how to maximize that efficiency. Um I so we're in the lab since we're building today. This is my we're in the lab. So man, if I could have a home office, this is what it would look like. Um But yeah, so we're in the labs. We're going to build today. And we're going to start my Jarvis project. I've been talking about that quite a bit on here on this channel, that I wanted to build my own Jarvis. Pretty much if you're not familiar with the story of Jarvis, please go watch a Marvel. Watch any Marvel movie, especially Iron Man. Um, and it talks quite a bit about Jarvis and what he does and where he came from. But one of the cool things that I recognized early on, when I first started to interact with AI, what really kind of drew me to AI was that eventually there will come a point to where we can have our own personal AI bot, AI agent, whatever you want to call it, that would work with us personally and help us complete tasks that we can do. Um, it should be able to just help you manage your house, manage your business, manage your children, just it would be able to do all these cool things to help you to become more efficient in your life. And so we're not completely there. We're not completely there to where it's as good as, Jarvis from Iron Man. Oh, but it tech isn't quite there, but we're working very quickly actually in that direction. And we are at the point right now that I believe AI agents can take on quite a bit of the responsibilities and assist businesses and stuff like that, even a person in their everyday life, to help them manage the various tasks they have to do, especially anything that you have to do online, or I like to say paperwork, any kind of paperwork or any kind of typing or computer related things that you would have to do on a computer. We're pretty much there. There are some little links in little ticks in the chain, little issues that you still have to work around. AI cannot just do everything for you. Um, uh, it can't. It can find things, it can analyze, it can help with tasks, it can start to build things, it can code for itself. But we don't quite have the AI that can completely work independent of you. And I don't think we want to quite yet. I don't think so. So We're going to build we're going to start my Jarvis project. This may be a multi-series. I intend on this being a multi-series series. Uh, this will not be the only video. One, for time constraint. I know my videos can get a little long, especially when I'm building, because I try to get into it and you really tinkering around and doing different things. And you want to fix certain problems and bugs at a certain time. But I'll try to break this up. I even have kind of written my code and written the prompts and stuff like that to kind of break this up so that it's not like a 5 hour video. It may go into playlists and you can go straight through it in 5 hours, but I'm not going to do that this first time. Um, so we're going to break this up into smaller parts. And for today, we're building the engine. We're building the brain. We're building the back end of it. We're building the beginning of it. And then we'll start to layer on some of the other things that I would like to do. Um, but right now we're just building the brain and the base of it and trying to set up everything. I eventually want to move this to VPS. Right now we're going to build this in Claude Code. I believe using Opus as the LLM large language model. I've written out a plan before. For anyone that's building, I would suggest that hop onto chat, open up Opus, and then or chat, you could even do this in OpenAI. You can whatever large language model you want to use. Even we talked about another video about Gemini. Gemini is really great. It's really doing a lot of things and it's not expensive. Um, but you can open up whatever coding uh platform or large language model or whatever you want to use. And I would suggest writing out your plan first, writing out prompts and different things like that early to kind of get an understanding of what you want in it. And then start the prompt, institute the prompt, and start giving it all the information like the API keys and different things like that it will require to continue building. Um, I thought about it first. I was like, well, I should put like a link here. But really, this video is to get you started thinking about what you want in it. When we start to get into this, I was AI operating system seems to be a trending tag right now, but pretty much it's the background, the base of what you want to build, because you do want a full-fledged ecosystem that can operate on its own, that does the very tasks that you want it to do. So I like the term operating system. Because if you think about the operating system that you're using right now on your computer, or we can think about Microsoft operating system, it's usually like a collective baseline that runs on your computer that you're able to interact with. That I'm sorry if you hear animals or children in the background. I apologize, especially my dog. Um, my my two pits just had puppies, so you may hear a little squeal every now and then, but they're downstairs, so hopefully you won't hear them too much. But if you do, just apologize now. But back to what I was saying. So your operating system, think of it like Microsoft running on a regular personal computer. It's the back end. It holds all the files. It kind of tells your computer how to interact with you, and it gives you a user interface that you can either add more information to apps and different things like that, but it kind of gives you a baseline that's operating in the background. So that's what we're building. And then we'll continue to layer on different things. And then we'll add security and different things like that until we can get this system together. I've also written in that as it is going through the various layers, that it will come back and report back to me what it has done, what it has added. So then we can kind of take a picture and look at it. So I might have to stop every now and then to let everything load up and then or fast forward through it um for you. And then when we get to the point where it wants to report back. There's another thing you will learn when you're trying to build systems like this, working with OpenCloud, all of that. Sometimes it takes a very, very long time for the AI agent to just build. You know what I'm saying? It takes them time too. It's a lot faster than I believe a human can do it, but it takes them time to write all the code and check all the code and debug. So it can take long periods of time. So if I have to, I might either fast forward or stop and come back and we can just go over what it has done in that point. Okay, so as you can see, this kind of like I said, I just started talking to chat. To Claude chat about what I wanted to build, what I wanted to do, and we built from there. I do have different specs that I've written out. As you can see, this is one of them. That I've written out that I will download into the agent as I'm going forward. But and it kind of gives more information on what to do and what I want it to build. But like I said, I believe you should just start talking to chat about what you want to build. If you want to build an operating system. I know that with YouTube University, I know that with YouTube University, a lot of times people will try to give you they'll give you a template, they'll give you their thing, and stuff like that. But half of the fun to me is creating your own, coming up with your own system. And I'm not saying that everything is right. Like after it starts to work and starts to get started, but you should always check it and try to see and ask your LLM to check your work. What else do you think I should add? What am I missing? Why didn't this work? Question AI, question the source of all this information. It's just that I know that a lot of people offer templates and different things like that, or they'll give you the skills and all that. I'm not saying that stuff is not helpful, and it does cut down on time. I will not lie. It cut down on time. But sometimes you try to download a template or you try to download different things and it doesn't work. It doesn't work with your system. You start getting all these bugs and then you don't know how to fix it. You know, versus if you built something from start or if you do get a template or a prompt or something like that, because like I said, right now operating system is a big tagline. So if you even if you do go and get it from these AI influencers, most of them have way more information and knowledge than I do. Use it as a base. Put it into your LLM. Tell it to check it over, and then build on top of it. Or use it as a start and then move on. Because, like I said, I have ran into so many times that I'll watch a YouTube video. I'll watch. In various groups. I'm part of various school communities and I'll see something and be like, oh my God, that's a cool idea. I want to build that. And I go to build it and it's so much harder. Oh, I'll download the template, but I can't get the template to link on. And so I ran into that so many times. It's like, okay, look, like I said, I heard this idea and I was like, oh, this kind of helps with that multi-level, multi-purpose agent. I love the word operating system for the back end. And it was nice to know that we're actually kind of at that stage that we can kind of build this. Um, but even with OpenClaw and all that, you go out, you get the template, you see something, you think it's great, and then you try to You try to build it, you try to put it together, and it completely falls apart. You run into so many bugs. You run into so many issues, and there's no one standing there on the side of you to help you. You know what I'm saying? You've already watched the video. They're past it. They don't repeat that part. They don't talk about that. So I think you should just do it yourself. As you can kind of see on this part, it got a couple ums in there. I was actually talking to it because I was thinking about this in my car and I was trying to get all my information out. Really quickly so it would build. Um, and so we're going to start. I'm gonna go down. I have my first prompt. Right now I'm in Claude. This is the desktop version. I do want to talk about some things that I'm inputting in this. Okay, first, before we start building, some things that I knew I wanted to have. One, it will be self-improving. Um, this agent needs to be self-improving. It needs to be able to fix its own issues and stuff like that. But also it is uh it must have a human interaction and a human approval before it can change or do anything. Especially large tasks and communicate for me, writing posts, blog posts or emails or anything like that. It can't just it just can't do something, create something, and then just go and say, "Hey, Jackie said," you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have that. So I put those things in there. Another thing that I like is that I also put in for its caps on my token usage, on how much I want to spend on context management, which is another thing. As I'm talking to it, I just don't want to just spaz out on API keys because it gets very expensive. And as we've talked about before on this channel, I try to stay budget friendly. Um, this isn't my full-time occupation yet. This is something that I do because I love it and I'm having so much fun and I love documenting the process. So, we're in a budget. We have to stick to the budget. So I do have a daily cap on token usage and context management, just as if I had like a subscription, like the subscription I have to Claude. At a certain point, I run out. I am on the pro plan. So at a certain point I run out. And so it tells me, hey, you can't do anything else until after 5 p.m. or you can't do anything else until tomorrow at 3. Okay. Okay, I can do that. I'll back off. And then also it has a kill switch. A kill switch to stop anything that I think it may, because I want it to be able to operate by itself. But if it is on, if I go and I check it, like I heard one influencer, an AI influencer, I believe, um, say that he only builds during the day while he can watch his AI agent build or do whatever because he doesn't want it to just go rogue. And he was like, he doesn't let it build overnight because he doesn't want it to go rogue and start doing things that it doesn't need to do. This is his money. You know what I'm saying? He actually has clients that he's doing all this work for, and he doesn't want his AI agent to go rogue, or the ones that he builds, he doesn't want them to go rogue. I believe that's a good sign. Now I'm not gonna say, because like I said, this isn't my full time, so I have to do other things. I can't just sit and watch my computer, but I instituted a kill switch. And I have budget caps and different things like that, to where context management caps, so that if it's just running, it won't just run wild, pretty much. Okay. Um, okay. The other thing, I am going to build this with the Obsidian memory. Um, I, I think the mind map that it creates in Obsidian is so cool. I love the visual of it. That's probably what I'm doing. Um, I just really wanted to see, like, I love the mind map that it creates. Uh, and I know that even like with OpenClaw and other projects, that the memory and storage can get very, very complicated, and it can get very large. So you usually do need an outside memory for to contain this. But right now the build will be contained within Claude Code. And I'm actually going to build it also because I have some of the API keys already linked up. So I shouldn't have to go grab them, but we'll see because this is I also wanted this agent to be completely a fresh baby. It has no back memory. We're going to add all the memory to it so you can see me do it. Um, but what else? Is there anything else? I also want the morning and evening report as most I think it's really good for people to implement onto their AI agents, not only to kind of keep you up, to keep you knowledgeable of what's going on, but for the AI agents to report back to you. Another feature that I've implemented is that it will have be able to have sub agents that will kick off and spin up whenever there's a task that needs to be broken down that I don't want to have my main agent focus totally on, that it could have other agents moving at the same time. I'm also implementing a dashboard for a user interface that I can interact with. Um, so we're going to create that, so that I can interact and discuss things and stuff like that. Okay. Um, Yeah, but I put in all the good things that I wanted to do, being able to help me with like YouTube, also with my LinkedIn profile, email management, calendar management, um, what else? Trip planning. Um, I have a garden. Actually, I am uh my goal in the next 5 years to have my own farm. So I've kind of put in, like I said, I've added the little things that I like. You may not have a garden and want to need to know the weather and what you can cook with this thing that you've planned, and how the best things you could work with it. I've also implemented different things that I'm trying to um as it kind of talks about in the description and the bio of this page, that I am currently on the path to get certification as a artificial intelligence engineer, and to obtain a position within that field, hopefully at a really great company. I will most definitely report back on that process, but I'm still learning a lot of back end things. I'm learning Python. So I've kind of implemented certain things into my agent that you don't need. That's the other thing I said. Go find your base. Just talk to AI. If you already have like a flow of information that's going with it. One thing I did last time, that I'll probably throw in here too, when I built my when I was working with my open claw agent, I told OpenAI to give me a rundown of what you think of me, how our interactions have been, so that it can teach my new agent how to interact and do different things. And it gave me a nice report. I suggest you do the same. Go to your um LLM, the one that you're using the most. I say you do it for all of them. Tell them to write you a prompt or a report or something that you can give to your operating system about your tasks, your goals, the things you want to do, where you're trying to go with your plans, and bring it over. Um, so we're going to copy this prompt. Okay, that's my prompt. Like I said, go get your own. We're going to switch over to Claude Code. Um, okay, so now we are going to start a new project. So